back to Daily Riot, and it looks like Disney has maybe possibly finally learned a lesson about going woke. They're pulling a whole bunch of their woke garbage out of a bunch of their movies and TV shows. Disney pulled a transgender story from Win or Lose, an 8-episode Pixar streaming series that debuts in February. The company said Tuesday, when it comes to animated content for younger audience, a Disney spokesperson said in a statement, we recognize that many parents would prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children on their own terms and timeline. Oh, gee, you think you just realized that parents didn't want you trying to brainwash their kids with this debauchery, this degenerate nonsense? You just realized that, huh? Interesting. I don't think they just realized that, by the way. I think they just realized they lost half the value of their company because they went from like $400 billion before they started this entire woke nonsense. And now they're down to like $190 billion. It's like over 56%, somewhere in that range of losses for their company. But of course, BlackRock was there to, pump more money into their shares, into their stock. And they did this with all of the Fortune 500 companies, and this is how they pushed their ESG narrative and forced all these companies to go woke. I mean, Larry Fink literally got up there and said, we're forcing behavior. We are forcing behavioral change by incentivizing and punishing companies that adopt our DEI and ESG narratives. The man literally got up and said that. So, but there's only so long even BlackRock can pump money into these companies. America collectively got together and said, no, we don't want this woke nonsense. You're not going to brainwash our children. And, they got Bud Lighted. And that's going to be forever known what happens to a company when they try to pull something like this. And a lot of them got Bud Lighted. And so, I think Disney may have maybe learned something by losing that much money. Or maybe they haven't. I don't know. Time will tell. But they've already started pulling all these trans stories out of their movies and TV shows and streaming shows. So the character will remain in the show, but references to the character's gender identity have been removed. Gee, why would that even be in the story? Why do you need to tell kids about a child's gender identity? It's just mind-boggling to me. But of course, this was forced. This was forced onto these companies. And again, Larry Fink, go look up the interview where he's basically talking about forcing behavioral change. And he's proud of it, by the way. So it didn't fly. It didn't fly. Of course, the left is losing their minds about it, about pulling the reference to this cartoon's gender identity. But who cares? Because when you go down and read comments, all you see now is people admonishing this stuff. It's funny how, less than a year ago, if you went on social media, you would look up stuff like this, and everything in the comments was in support. Isn't that weird how that happens? Well, it turns out that these social media platforms were basically censoring comments that came from conservatives or just any normal person that disagreed with this. And so all you got to see was the narrative they wanted you to see. People, it would make people think America is in support of this nonsense. Turns out that wasn't it. Just like the polls lied about how Trump was going to lose, turns out the entire thing was fixed. It turns out so was this. The next thing that I see here is Snow White. Snow White's trailer nears 1.4 million downvotes. I mean, that is insane. That's almost as bad as the Little Mermaid trailer. I think Little Mermaid hit over 2 million downvotes, which is absolutely insane. I mean, people do not like this crap. They said no. Here's another one. Another Disney reportedly pulls a Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur episode over trans athlete. Now, this is the one I was talking about. It's absolutely insane, and the balls they would have to pull this story. This is basically about some kind of a trans volleyball player who had a narrow-minded coach and, tried to ban it from playing on the women's team. Basically, it was a guy who had transed himself into a chick and like wanted to go join the other girls and play on the girls' team. You know, how the same exact thing happened in real life, and this guy smacked the ball so hard it put one of the girls into a coma. And so now they decided, you know what, we're going to make a cartoon. I mean, the balls of these people. We're going to make a cartoon that basically does the same thing, and we're gonna make the coach look like he's a narrow-minded goof. You know? Can you believe that? It's absolutely enraging. But guys, we're winning because they pulled this crap. All right? I'm just blown away that they would even try this. After that girl went into a coma, it's almost like they're telling us to go F ourselves. Like, yeah, this kind of stuff, this woke nonsense needs to be completely wiped clean from this country and really the world, in my opinion. But let's just start with America first and then move to the rest of the world and help them out as well. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring that story to you and let you know how happy I am overall that, this kind of stuff is leaving the zeitgeist. And you know what's funny is I'm pretty sure that Disney is going to start gaslighting people and act like, they never did none of this woke stuff. Like, they weren't part of any of this. Like, it's all in our heads. They've always been for conservative values and families and whatnot. Just watch my prediction happen, and then come back here and comment on the video and let me know. But yeah, this is a typical thing. They'll just try to gaslight and pretend it never happened. Anyways, guys, until the next one, and leave a like and subscribe to the channel.